whole mess straightened out. We're definitely gonna need some help there. You're one of those in the reviewer world that Rowdy trusts, and for that, we're sure that you know what needs to be done. We've scanned for his biorhythms in every outer dimension we can find, and we found no trace of him.
Stupidity, Villainy, LLC!
We could take over the Metroplex in a matter of minutes if we could just get the Giganto Ray of Doom to stop overloading! And if we could get it to work on something other than vegetables! Boss, someone's trying to contact you through the interweb transmission system! If this is another one of those scam callers talking about student debt relief, you have 30 seconds to state your business before I blow you to smithereens! Hey, stupidiot! Make that 15! Look, you should know damn well that if we went to all this trouble to hack into your feed, we would be launching a strike on your place if we wanted to. We're here because we need your help. And I should be aiding my arch nemesis because you've certainly heard rumors that Rowdy is missing. We've been trying to determine who is behind this in addition to finding him. Trust me, if something could have found a way around our security systems, this is something big. Something that could be a threat to even you. The scanners have been picking up some weird energy readings lately. They almost remind me of... Okay, I'll help. On one condition. You have to give me something. What do you have in mind? I am Professor Hiram Stupidiot, and let me tell you something. The life of a supervillain is not an easy one. Your plans are constantly being ruined by holier-than-thou do-gooders dressed in bright spandex. Your overhead is always through the roof. There's a good chance your kids are always going to be better looking than you for some reason. And let's not even get into the fact that you have to be even more precise on your taxes than anyone else because the IRS is always looking for an excuse to audit you. But among the biggest problems we deal with is our reputation that has been soured by way too many villains in television and other forms of media that are just absolute morons! I mean, really, there are just so many mad scientists, alien beings, criminal masterminds, and other bad guys in television that are so depleted of cranial superiority that their purpose seems to be more to be laughed at than actually feared as a true menace. It's so bad that there's long been an evil overlord list being shared all over the internet calling out all the different forms of idiocy that too many so-called masterminds seem to commit too frequently. I'm not going to waste your time listing all of those because that would be even more ridiculous than giving out a long drawn-out monologue of my evil plans that would only buy time for my enemies to defeat me. No, for this issue of TV Trash, I, Professor Stupidiot, am going to list off some of the absolute worst traits by these absolutely stupid villains. So for any evil geniuses out there that may be watching this video, consider this a little Cliff's Notes guide on what you should not do, such as being too cocky. It's amazing that with how poor the success rate is in our business, so many supervillains get so freaking overconfident in their abilities. They never learn from their past mistakes, like always having overly complicated plans that David Xanatos would shake his head at. Like all those Scooby-Doo villains who create all these elaborate monster costumes and use hologram technology and the like, just so they can scare away all the people in town to keep their counterfeit operations a secret. Come on! A take over the world plan should not be that hard. Build weapon of destruction, wreak havoc, conquer, keep it simple! Oh, and how many many of them are so confident once they have their nemesis in their clutches that they'll place them into some great death trap and then just leave! Look, I'm not completely against the idea of constructing some elaborate mode of destruction for your do-gooding foe. After all the times that have thwarted your plans, you definitely want to take them out in some grand fashion. But by just walking out in the middle of it, not only are you giving them the opportunity to escape, but what's the point of constructing something so elaborate if you aren't going to stick around to watch it work? Take some pride in your efforts! Now, of course, none of that helps when you also have to deal with another of the most common occurrences, which is having terrible minions and partners. Let's face it, when you're an evil mastermind, good help is hard to find. And as a result, so many evil masterminds on the small screen just keep finding themselves surrounded by some of the worst subordinates out there. A lot of times, you're dealing with mooks and lackeys who couldn't score 100 on the SAT, which grants you 200 for spelling your name right. And yet, if you dare enlist someone who actually has intelligence along with the same evil drive as you run into another problem. The very likelihood that said subordinate is planning to overthrow you and take over your operation themselves. Obviously, this may be something that can't really be avoided when you're dealing with people who have the same such ambition. But you would expect that these overlords would do more to rein in their subordinates and make it clear that their disobedience will not be tolerated. Like that fool robot Megatron, who always kept around a weasel like Starscream, despite Starscream always telling him to his face that he was going to overthrow him. He wasn't even subtle about it.
My time will come, Megatron. Never. Never!
And let's not even get into trying to form an alliance with another evil mastermind. Like you really expect someone else who dreams of global dominance would be willing to join forces and then agree to divide the spoils? Newsflash, they're gonna backstab you the first chance they get! This is why I loved the villains from something like Power Rangers. Lord Zed, for example, made it clear he had little love for someone else like Count Dragon, and then he got chased off by the Machine Empire. This show made it clear that every evil force is out for just itself. Though all these villains do apparently have conventions together, so whatever there. And then there was that time on Doctor Who where the Daleks flat out rejected teaming up with the Cybermen and then dared to call them out even though the Cybermen had greater numbers.
You are superior in only one respect.
What is that?
You are better at dying.
Those little guys know how to deliver a serious burn. Heck, even that guy Dr. Draken got it right with his Lieutenant Shigo, who was both intelligent and clearly willing to be number 2 in that tandem. Though it makes me wonder if there was something else going on between those two. Regardless, if you're going to run a successful organization, the buck always stops at the top, and you need to make sure that your subordinates have both some form of intelligence and loyalty, or else you're gonna end up with egg on your face more often than not. However, that is still admittedly a problem of the people who work under you. There remain other cases where the head supervillain still has no one to blame but himself, like the inexplicable tendency of always needing to cheat no matter what. Yes, when you're evil, the rules don't apply to you. But it's one thing to flat out ignore the rules and another to believe you have to break them all the time just because. Like that buffoon Dick Dastardly. It's bad enough that this guy was able to build maybe the most superpowered car in existence and only wanted to use it to win the Grand Prix. But he kept on trying to sabotage the other drivers even when he clearly could beat every one of them honestly. You could have easily won every race, made a fortune in prize money, and used that to construct a whole arsenal of death rays. And of course that brings me to when they try to create something legitimate and can't keep it together. I'm not talking about those who set up legit businesses that become successful and people wonder why they don't just give up being evil when they can now be financially well off. No. Some things like hoarding power and authority over the world are more valuable than money. This is why I admire people who do make money legitimately but still want to dominate the people, like Lex Luthor, or a certain Disney villain that some have said I kind of remind them of for some reason. No. I'm talking about when you sabotage those legit operations because you can't keep your cover. I mean, do you know how easy it is to maintain a secret identity? If no one can figure out that Clark Kent was Superman, do you really think they're going to discover that a supervillain is providing them with internet access? Here's a little tip. Not everyone at Time Warner is on the level, if you know what I mean.
You all bought it! You all bought it! Hook, line, and sinker!
And yet, with everything I've mentioned up to this point, one thing remains the absolute dumbest thing a supervillain can ever hope to do, which is having no focus or being evil just for the sake of being evil. This is a tough racket. If you're going to have any possible success, you have to have a plan and can't keep wavering back and forth on what it is you want to do. Like with Gargamel. That wizard could never settle exactly on what he wanted to do with the Smurfs. One day he wants to steal their essence. Then he wants to eat them. Then he's trying to turn them into gold. Make up your mind, dude! But even when you do have a plan, it's got to be one where you actually reap some rewards. And you know what doesn't lead to that? Wanting to just flat out destroy the entire world! I mean, what is the point there? Like every single villain in that stupid environmental show Captain Planet, who seemed to want to destroy the planet just because it's fun? You're ruining the land your potential subjects have to live on, not to mention where you have to live. You're not gaining anything from this endeavor. This is not a good plan. Wilson Fisk said it best here.
There is no profit to be made in the destruction of the planet. It is very bad for business.
Bottom line here is, if you think you need to behave exactly like the villains on TV, don't expect success like ever! Unless you think this is just a hobby or something, and thus you don't really care. But either way, prepare to fail over and over again if you completely copycat these stupid TV villains. Of course, you're likely going to fail over and over again, thanks to so many dang heroes always getting in the way of your plans. But you only need to succeed once, and you're never going to do it being an idiot. I am Professor Hiram Stupidiot, teaching you how to build a better supervillain through the power of the internet. Okay, I guess this isn't the worst video this site has put out, but we made a deal! Yeah, I'm an evil megalomaniac, but I do try to be a man of my word. We've exhausted pretty much all our options. We've scanned for his biorhythms in every outer dimension we can find, and we found no trace of him. One question. Yes? Did you scan for him here on this planet? Ha! How do you fuzzballs keep thwarting my plans time and time again? Well, these are less than ideal conditions, and I've camped out at Talladega. A tad cliche, I might admit, but adequate enough to get the point across. Well, you have me at a disadvantage. Here I am, an unwilling guest, and I don't even know who my host is. You are obviously in denial. Even though you have never seen my face, you should be able to sense what I am. You should sense the evil that once consumed you. The Merc? If that is indeed the identity you wish to call me as, it took me years after I crossed over into this dimension and was then purged from your body. But now I am on the verge of assuming full physical form, and with that, I shall soon be able to spread my influence across this entire universe. Already there are those who have come to my aid, such as another individual I believe you are familiar with. Hello,